One afternoon, a boy was kind of hungry and he wanted to get a snack. It was a beautiful day outside, so he asked his mother if he could have a snack to take just a few doors down and down to the park so he could eat outside. And his mom said, "That's great, no problem. Go ahead and here's some chocolate chip cookies and some water because I want you to be healthy. It's kind of warm out." So he took a couple bottles, little bottles of water and a couple cookies with him, and he went down the block. And he sat down there on a bench, and there was a gentleman sitting there. The gentleman was dressed really nicely, an older gentleman. And so he just kind of sat there, and he was kind of eating his cookie, and suddenly he was drinking his water, and he looked at the man and he said, "Sir, would you like one of my cookies?" And the man really smiled. He looked and he said, "Yeah, that would be great, sure." So he gave him one, and in thanks, the man gave him a big smile back. The boy noticed his smile. So the boy said, "Well, would you like some water too? I can give you one of the bottles." And so the man said, "Sure, I'll have one of the bottles too." So he kind of gave him the bottle, and they just sat there, didn't say a lot of words. Boy ate his cookies, they drank their water, and then, they each left and went home. He said, "Well, I got to go now because my mom's waiting for me." Went home. So they went home, and that evening at dinner, the boy said to his family, he said, "Guess what? Today I saw God." And the parents said, "Well, wow, that's pretty neat. Well, tell us, what did God look like?" And the boy said, "Well, he was kind of an older gentleman. But you know what? He had the most beautiful smile." Well, the older man was home also that evening, and his family said, "So what did you do today?" And he said, "Well, guess what? I saw God today." And the family said, "Well, really, what did he look like?" And they said, "Well, he was very generous. He gave me chocolate chip cookies and water, and he was a lot younger than you would ever imagine." My friends, oftentimes we can recognize God in the most ordinary of circumstances. We can see God so often in other people, and we can recognize the beauty of a smile, the great joy that he brings. And that is what happened today. It was an ordinary walk on a Sunday afternoon. And for the disciples, those who were walking on this journey to Emmaus, a town not far from Jerusalem, they saw God in a very unexpected way, an unexpected place, just in their discussion and in their talking. When they sat down for a meal, it was in the breaking of the bread that they were able to recognize Jesus. That was how they knew him. This is a very beautiful story for us. And boys and girls, it's a wonderful gospel reading for your first Holy Communion. Because today you are going to receive Jesus. And you're going to receive him in just a few moments when we're going to have the breaking of the bread. The bread is going to be blessed and consecrated, the hosts that are brought up. And then we take them and we make it very special. We take the wine and we bless it, we consecrate it, we make it holy. And after the bread has been blessed, I have a question for everybody. It may look like bread, it may taste like bread, and you know what? It's probably going to smell like bread. But after it's been blessed and consecrated, is it still bread? There's a few Catholics in the house, but I'm not sure. So we'll try with this now. After the wine has been blessed and consecrated, it may look like wine, it may taste like wine, it may smell like wine. But is it just like drinking a glass of wine? No. Much better. That's very good. No, because Jesus makes himself known to us. Jesus makes himself known to us in his real presence. And when we receive the Lord, just as those disciples were called upon and forced then to do very special things, they were called upon to go out and to spread the good news and to make sure that Christ would be known to everyone. They made sure they didn't just keep him close inside themselves. No, they went out and they spread the beauty of the message of the gospel. And so, even for us here at Annunciation, this is the root of our mission statement here. I don't know if you picked up on that or not, because what did it say? That their hearts were burning as they went on their way. Their hearts were burning. And our mission statement here is just 15 simple words. Maybe someone could tell me what that is. Does anybody know what our mission statement is here? I'm sure Basil Flum. Why don't you tell me, what is our mission statement here? You are one of the architects of it. Hearts are burning. Know, love, and serve God by loving and serving others. 15 simple words. So this gospel is very special for all of us. Thank you, Basil. I appreciate that. It's very special for all of us here. Because when we hear this, we're called upon to make sure we bring God to others. It's very important that we don't just keep him close in, but we share him. We share what we receive today. And as you receive Jesus for the first time, boys and girls, it's a reminder for all of us that you're going to come forward, and I know you're very excited, but to all of us here, every time we receive the Lord, we should receive him as if it were our first time. We should receive him as if it were our last time. Whenever we receive our Holy Communion, whenever we receive the real presence of Christ, we should receive him as if it was the only time. And now, boys and girls, we're going to go ahead and take the opportunity to call each one of your names. And when your name is called, Father Bowman is going to read your name. And when your name is called, I want you to stand up, okay? And I want you to say, "Here I am, Lord." Because you see, on the day of your baptism, your parents spoke for you. And your parents said, "I want my child to be Catholic." And parents, you are the primary educators of your child. We just kind of help with that here at Annunciation. So you are the primary educators. But today, boys and girls, I know you all have voices, and you have good voices. So I want to make sure today, when your name is called, I want to hear you, and you're going to come forward up the steps over here, and then you're going to place your hands on the altar, because that's where the breaking of the bread occurs. That's where it happens. It's a very special place. It's a reminder of this day for each one of you.